Hello, how's it going today? So if you're wondering if Ali Abdaal's Feel Good Productivity book is good, I recommend it. I give it a 5 out of 5, and here's why. So first of all, I actually do have the book on Kindle, but I also did listen to it on Spotify's audiobook. I think the book itself is really great. You can honestly just listen to the audiobook. You don't really necessarily need the book. If you have a Spotify subscription, it's basically for free. You don't have to pay extra for it, which is great. I ended up getting the actual Kindle version and then skimming through the book and actually just highlighting and taking notes of what I actually like and enjoy about the book. However, you don't necessarily need the book itself. He writes it in such an easy way that you can understand. There are little exercises you can do, but honestly, if you're listening to the audiobook, you don't need to do them. They're not that big or heavy ideas or concepts. What the book does really well is it sets up a toolkit for you in terms of how to mentally structure your mind into achieving productivity. It's not about certain physical tools or software that you need to use. It's just all about getting yourself there mentally. The one drawback is when you're reading or listening through the book, the biggest problem that I ran into was that if you're already in a very dark, depressed state, or you're really burnt out, I don't know if this is the book for you. That being said, there are some really good mental strategies he does give to you, but it's kind of at a level, if you're already in the mood to be motivated, then these tools are super helpful. But maybe if you're just feeling super burnt out, I don't know how helpful it could be. He does give an exercise of trying to think of yourself in terms of an alter ego, giving examples of Adele and Beyonce, which could be super helpful if you're feeling super depressed or down. And I've actually started to construct my own little alter ego to help me out accomplish more stuff, because I'm not the most, I wouldn't say organized person or always the most productive person. So I think that's a great tool and strategy, which could be applied to if you're in a really burnt out state. You create an alter ego that helps you personally move forward, really envisions yourself as this person who isn't depressed or isn't burnt out. And I think that's great. But overall, I think the tools and tips that he gives are great. When I was listening through it, I just felt like, okay, I can actually implement some of these things. Some of his things are just simply feeling energized when you're trying to trying to get productive, trying to make tasks a lot more fun, even if they're super boring. So I find that there's a lot of value, and you might be wondering, okay, what's the difference between reading his book and just going on to YouTube and watching his videos? I think the main difference is Ali talks about a lot of these things in multiple YouTube videos, and they're kind of layered sometimes with other things that he wants to talk about, which sometimes makes it hard to always grasp or recognize that's what you can do. This is just a super concentrated version of all those thoughts condensed. And again, if you're more of a listener than a reader, there's the audiobook version of this, which is great. So I think this is the real difference between spending your time watching 10 YouTube videos versus just maybe spending a week reading this, or possibly just I think the audiobook is maybe 6 or 8 hours long. So you could just split it up between 3 or 4 days and just bang out the whole thing. So overall, if you're looking for something to help you get motivated, get started on your journey, this is the book. And he does give a lot of great anecdotes to help you really understand it. And I think the best part is, if you just want to skim through it, that's fine, because at the end he has little like bullet points of each little message he's trying to get across in each chapter. So again, I highly recommend this. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to make your rating system. This book is for you if you're trying to get more productive. But anyways, I just wanted to do this quick little review. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.